be a bit bigger, but I don't think it's enough.
They were sold a bill of goods with the first baseman's gloves. They all work.
But at a game like this, we've got the time where we never go. What can I tell him?
Whose is it?
I'm not sure.
So hopefully it's broken in.
But his Aiden got one.
Yes?
The Aiden or Grey one. He goes to his mate's first one.
Probably.
Okay, guys, you're now live to the internet.
Are we?
Yeah.
We're on? Did you get the phone number thing worked out?
I went back to the account. I'm going to try and...
Amanda might not get it. You know, she might. It's like a fuck now.
Pardon me?
85 pictures there.
Is there a number?
Now the question is,
Little League there is, but I don't know about this.
can we get it up?
You have to get it really high.
Well, whether he's wanting to pitch him all the way through, will he?
I don't know. Pietro, pitch count? Are there numbers? Huh? Are there number of pitches, or is it total innings for the
There
total?
are no rules.
Okay. All right. So we're good.
It's all on the coaching.
All right.
Are we the home side or the away
It's
side?
on?
It's on and the microphone's on.
Oh, so we best be careful now.
That's what Adam.
Good idea.
Adam Katema used to call it Grease. Listen, Grease.
Please?
Yeah. Chris Young. Now, we've got some cover flags down there.
Yeah, we need to try and
I've got some
still running, the microphone's on already. I'm not going to touch it again. Right.
Well,
Do we want to share the link?
Yeah.
Likely to overload or...
It won't overload, it's YouTube handling it, so it's whether you want to do your commentary for...
Have you got cable to this?
I did bring scissors first, but I thought left it at the whole top of the
So
flag.
this is, unfortunately, it's
Wow, that's a big one. You're not quite that tall, are you, Chris?
no. What are the flag? I'm sure this is going to work.
Wait till it runs in a camera, put it there.
Is that going to any shade at all?
A little here. A little.
A bit further along?
Yes, if it was further along it might. But it will obscure view a bit.
Is that over the camera or not?
No, that's fine. No, you're good there.
I've got a side Chris, you need it.
Yeah, there's nothing to tie it onto up here.
Oh yeah, there's no loop on this flag at all.
There's loops on the side.
Oh.
No more for there.
You can't put it up that way. No.
All right.
You can't.
I don't know what to do with it. I don't
You
think.
can't do it that way.
I don't think we can
Upside
use
down, that's disaster. You should be able to hook it on, here, you see?
Is there anything on the other side?
Yeah.
No, we're trying to stop the sun because this is absolutely
Oh,
baking.
yeah, well,
Oh, sorry, I just don't bit of support.
No.
Sorry, Chris. Just getting a bit old fashioned there, you know.
can I stand on this or not?
Yeah, you're fine.
I'll just hold it up here while you're... Can you go further right? There you go. You might just... Chris, might be easier. See the hook? the metal hook,
Yeah.
that'll probably just hook over and
Oh,
save
okay.
you having to
Yeah,
faff about. And then if you take, will one of those ties come off?
Zip ties.
Size here. We need a hole there, put a hole in the...
I'll do it round.
Yeah, sign it up. Both of
I
you.
don't really want to hold it.
Be careful, I'm going to get about 500.
Alright.
Right, then the only challenge now will be, can somebody get this tight enough? I'll tell you what I'll do. Yeah. Because I'll put, I don't mind putting a hole through this bit. I think that'll work. Yeah, that'll work. There we go.
It's on the vibrant.
Yeah. I'm not tall enough for this.
Well, I wonder who can be.
Chris, could you? I'm not quite tall enough to put the. I just put it. All you need to do is just put the.
Yeah, we'll just put it all working.
Now Jerry's pestering me for the length. And I say, I don't
I've
think
just
it's
put it
right
on the
yet.
Viber group.
It is rare.
He can't get it.
Who's?
Jerry. He says he still can't get it. No, I don't. Well, he was on. Is there? Can I just type a link into
You can
text?
just search GB Baseball U15 on YouTube.
GB.
Look for
Okay.
the live
Right.
stream.
Hang on. Search GB baseball U15 on YouTube. Okay.
Sit here.
How's that then? Does that work?
Yeah, I think that's good. We just need to kind of squat down.
It works for us short guys.
You're going to go to the pit. In comes the pit.
I might just kind of.
This is
Someone-
an okay view from here. Yeah, just hold it up.
Just over
Popped up too.
Just over the blue bit of the
Somewhere.
flag. Just over the blue bit of the Union Jack.
Is this the modified Brexit?
That's better. Is that legally permissible?
Yeah, I'll let you do that. It's
All
the
right.
upside down one.
Yeah, I can see why you've got a problem with
I
that.
think it actually means a death.
Yes,
but-
the ship is in distress.
Yeah, exactly.
Give me the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I've got some.
So I want to get this link out to a bunch of people. What is it, Travelers? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You've got a maximum of 10 connections.
Mr. Hollywood, we're up there.
I'll get all of it.
That's all right. He's only got 4 people there.
Maybe I'll be on.
Well, what's wrong? What? Oh, that's all right. We resolved it. We got there in the end. There's no problem. Right, Paul?
6 votes. Don't Sebastian. No, the Kenny said.
Oh, gross.
Don't
Yes,
Sebastian.
yes. Look at this little thing that drags the kid. Chris, that's pretty neat.
What?
That's the part. Look at the little.
Right, let's.
dragging.
Yeah, that's kind of what we got. Right, Pietro, should we bring this whole thing forward a little bit so we're closer to the mic? Turn that around. Yes?
Yeah, it's fine.
Is that alright? Oh, thank you. Where is it? Let's plug it out, sorry. That's good enough. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you.
Hi.
You made
I
it.
thought at some point I get it. I found it really quick pretty actually.
Yeah?
You have their lineup, Chris, by Joe?
I haven't seen it, no.
It would be good to have it, actually.
Look at the microphone.
I got it covered, Chris.
Oh my gosh, this is like media center.
It's
Wow.
working now.
It's working now. Fantastic.
That's a hot mic at the moment.
Is that media?
It is
Is
hot
that
mic.
broadcasting? Is that
If you're in the community, you know it.
Yeah. Do you want some more?
I will. If you grab me a bottle somehow, you know.
Let's do this one. Don't worry.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Good afternoon and welcome. It is our great pleasure to welcome you to Game 2 of today's two-game schedule for the Under-15 European Championship Qualifiers. The temperature on the field is a lovely 30 degrees Celsius, with a very light wind and nary a cloud in the sky. It is another fantastic day for baseball here at Rolling in Hunenberg. Before we begin, a programming note. Unfortunately, our scheduled announcers Bob Costas and Vin Scully have been delayed by weather in Los Angeles. Therefore, joining me in the audio booth will be Yannick and Karen Brook to provide you with entertaining color commentary. I'm also sorry to announce that our halftime feature involving Lady Gaga and the Rolling Stones has been rescheduled to Saturday afternoon. That's Saturday afternoon. In just a few minutes, we'll invite your attention to the field where Great Britain will host Switzerland in what I'm sure is going to be a fantastic contest. First pitch is scheduled for 1700. National anthems will be in about 15 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, as a reminder, please be aware at all times of the possibility of foul balls leaving the field of play. We would also like to remind you that flash photography is strictly prohibited during daylight hours at Boney Field. Thank you for your cooperation.
Oh, you're the best. Thanks, Kev.
Here we go. Alright, we can get the show on the road. Starting lineups and everything.
Got a live on the screen.
People watching.
You gotta come out with your old face. You don't want Vince Scully. You gotta have one for you. You gotta get one Vince Scully.
I just can't say it online.
Yeah.
number, but let's take this from the early end of the tournament. Yeah. What do I know? Well, I know not to use it rubber the first time in a tournament or the other thing.
Either. Hopefully.
Do you know
It's got to go one way or another.
whether it goes for him or me? But sometimes you think only the only way you're going to get this through to you is by someone going wrong. And you don't want that to happen, but you're always going for the long term. You need to take it. He's not good at that. We hope so. Shouldn't be. Great playing too. Miles, my kind, sense of feeling. Like, sense of feeling. One of the standard foods. No, you do remember him. Lived next door. The kids wouldn't play. Every time he took the baseball, put him in right field. Oh, I tell you, he invented a cure for polio. But I tell you that I mentioned that. You put him in right field. Yeah.
But I mean this too.
Got the flag.
But we're losing it. We're losing it quick.
Sorry, let's go.
Is it? Thank you.
When I put the comments on Barbie yesterday about Chris being massively younger,
Oh yeah.
did you know Autotext didn't put young Because it's a good job with double check before the president said yids.
Said what?
Yids.
Oh, okay.
I thought, oh well, that's got to go down. Good job with check that then.
Yeah.
Pringles?
No, really. No.
Thank you.
They're selling water here.
Shall we open up?
I bought plenty back at the house. Everything is six.
Someone check if we can actually hear.
Well, if that
Is it? Paul said we were up.
Yeah,
I'm wondering how close we have to be to it.
yeah, no, we so you can buy it here.
Well, they got to do it. They got to do
You
it.
can buy it here.
Yeah.
No, it's going to
We'll announce the lineup so that they
No, I bought it in. I bought some supermarket. I've left everything at the house in the box. Which obviously was now. Yeah, no, I brought. I very quickly went to the supermarket near the house. Small supermarket, it's not cheap. But so I bought some cold drinks for breakfast tonight.
At this time, we now ask that both teams make their way to the foul line for the national anthem.
Actually, if we do it in the morning,
We're quite happy in the respect of the result. Had a team photo at the end, and then as well, so everybody here, so we get a good time, so there's no game on.
I guess we can look at the
We now ask that you please rise and remove your cap for the player of the Swiss national anthem. And now, the national anthem of Great Britain. Teams, please get ready to play ball.
All right, baseball fans. We hope you're tuned in and you hear us fine. Welcome to the first game of the 2016 GB Cadets Qualification Tournament in the European Championships. For those of you who are new to the terminology, cadets is for 15U, which means our players are a variety of birth dates that end on the 31st of December 2001. Thank you. Well, that would actually make it the 1st of January 2001, but who's counting? We're currently here in the lineups for the Swiss team. In a bit of an ironic twist, the GB team is the home team, although we're visiting the Swiss home field. They might be just off camera, but you might see the GB cadets rallying in a huddle to our left. The coaches meeting is going on at the same time.
Cleaning up, the catcher, Ben Jones. Hitting fifth, the third baseman, Miles Jansen. Hitting sixth, the first baseman, Connor Baker Latham. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Malachi Spencer. Batting eighth, the left fielder, Joe Rockland. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Joe Perez. And for tonight's umpiring crew. Coming up in a moment.
There you go. That's us.
Is it BBC 12 or?
It's all good channel.
And at third base, we have Vakim Harun of
Let
Belarus.
me introduce the team now. All right, well, we'll go over those lineups again for you. GB's taking the field as the home team. Aiden Pierce on the hill will be dealing to Ben Jones, a familiar battery from their London Mets experience. We promise not to speak much about the London Mets today. But, meanwhile, in the broadcast booth with me is Chris Jones, who is our technical guru. He'll be typing away as we speak away, and hopefully he'll have some contribution to the play-by-play as well. To my right, introduce yourself, sir.
Jason Pierce.
Jason Pierce, the proud dad of the starting pitcher today. We're assuming he's not going to have a lot of talking to do as he eats his hat throughout the game. And taking you away on the play-by-play as my camera falls, or rather the mic falls, you may recognize my voice. I'm Pietro Sollecito, the proud dad of Alex Sollecito. Well, it's a fine day. We're sizzling, and what we're told is 30-degree heat. It feels more like 50.
No, we've done this before in Serbia, so we're all good.
That's true.
So lineups, just to go through the GB list. It's as we say, it's Aiden on the mound, Ben Jones catching. First base is Connor Baker Latham. Second base, Graydon Koyanagi. Short is Joe Perez, and at third base, Miles Johnson. And then the outfield at left, Joe Rawcliffe. At centre, Jamie Warren, and at right, Malachi Spencer.
All right, well, just to get things set, we are live on Viber, we're live on WhatsApp, we're live on Twitter.
Pietro, got a smile up our fans.
We are basically on every single social feed you can find, so if you have suggestions, questions, or commentary, just fire away. We're checking our handhelds constantly.
I'll say we're live on Viber, I don't think we're doing the Viber. Hopefully somebody over there is going to.
Right.
Oh yeah, right.
Well, we'll be looking out for any comments and questions. Well, stepping up to the plate, we have number 10. So
Surname's Nicola. I think his first name is Apt.
Apt. Nicola Apt.
First
Apt
pitch, here we
Nicola.
go.
And
That's
that's
a
just
little
that.
inside. Off speed something first pitch, right?
Yeah, an interesting selection. Off speed on the first pitch. Aiden is usually right at him, but that obviously came out of the dugout. There's a fastball. Out straight back.
Yeah, I wonder if Ben's calling the pitches or if it's coming from the dugout today.
No, we have a man on the inside that tells us that they call him from the dugout.
Okay.
But if you watch Ben's head, if it's on a swivel, then
I haven't seen
I haven't either.
That's played out to third. Third
Miles.
puts a throw in nicely
And
out.
number 1. All right. So we got that
5-3
one under our
play.
belt.
Scored at 5-3. Miles Jansen over to
Connor Baker.
Connor Baker. Oh, Baker Latham.
Next up, number 6, Luka Ivanisevic.
Doesn't sound
Very
like a very
good.
Swiss name there.
Very good. I'm impressed.
That's one down, top of the first. No score. That's
Rounded
hit
foul.
foul down
Foul.
the third base.
Yes.
Just foul. Miles all over that. Oh, looks like we have a commentary already. Ben does like to call off speed in odd situations. That's straight from Drew Spencer. Drew would know.
Not
Good
always in a
coaching.
good way. That's a bunt attempted, but it's fouled back.
Okay, 0-2. I
Strike.
like that. It's funny that here we are in Switzerland and GB is the home team. Just
Yeah.
doesn't quite seem right. But
We were saying that earlier as well.
It's a good looking field. The oddity of the field is a running track that's straight down between deep left and centre. It's a strike.
Oh, and there's strike 3.
And a swing, strike 3.
Looks to be a little bit of high heat. High and away.
Paul, is
Got
that
the,
right?
the batter chasing. That was Ivanisevic, who actually was 2 for 4 in yesterday's game with a triple. So that's a fine piece of work getting him out on strikes.
So number 3 batter, number 7, David Herman, with 2 outs. That's a strike call.
Herman looks to be the catcher today. He caught yesterday's game. Also had a healthy 2 for 3 at the plate.
Yeah, it's 2 out 2 is quick.
Ball taken low.
The Swiss team looks like they put the bat on the ball. That's for sure. They had a good performance yesterday,
I'm doing
racking up
something
10 hits in 7 innings.
And that's out to short. In will come the throw.
Joe to Connor for the
that's-
out.
Oh, and that's right on time.
There we go.
Scored at 6-3. Joe Perez to Connor. And that's
3 down.
How many pitches?
That's 9 pitches. Two balls and 7 strikes.
There you go. Was I not clicking it properly?
We've got to say, we've been admiring the playlist that's been coming to our left.
Okay, I was clicking
Well,
Full of popular classics.
as I said, 3 up, 3 down. The score is 0-0. No runs and no hits. No runners left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning.
Yes, that's right.
We'll have Graydon, Aiden,
You can't
Jamie,
start it.
and Ben as the first 4.
Ray with his eye black
There's
today.
Koyanagi.
For all you fans wondering who's out here, you need not worry. We'll be calling various guests into the broadcast booth to have a chat and fill you in on what we're up to, what we're planning, and how the team's looking, as well as other teams. For those other teams and other fans that might be watching, welcome, willkommen. We're happy to share our live feed with the Swiss fans.
We apologise in advance for any partisanship.
Yes, that's true. Or mispronunciation.
Yep, all of that.
We are, after all, 3 fathers as well as 3 broadcasters. Jason, why don't you tell the fans where you all hail from while we're at it?
Well, I hail from England and then California by way of England again. So we're back home.
Couldn't
So-
keep away.
What's that?
You couldn't
Couldn't
keep
keep
away.
No, it was too good. Too good a group to miss.
Now, this may be a controversial question, but where do you call home in the UK?
We call Ipswich home.
Well, we won't go that question. We'll leave that out.
Actually, I should change that because we should just call the car home because we're never home.
That's true. When was the last time you went home?
Yeah.
Whereas Chris, are you a native of London? Is that
No,
safe?
I'm a
I don't think
proper
so.
northerner. Although
Yes, he doesn't advertise that.
I
does
keep
he?
it pretty quiet. I was born in Lancashire, in north of England. Kevin is looking askance at me from his from my left. He's a proper scouser.
Well, here we are, ready to go in the bottom of the first.
So here's Greg Koenagi, just back from the Mets under-17 tour of Navarra.
He had a good time. He probably did, but we won't say much more about that tournament.
That's taken ball one.
First pitch from both pitchers inside of it.
Well, it's like they're trying to establish the inside and then pitch away. If you can see the catcher, he's setting up on the outside corner now. Let's see if he goes that way. Yeah, sure enough.
That's played out to third. A little fumble there, but I don't think it'll help. Oh, that's a very high throw over the top.
Okay,
and Graydon will take an extra base on the error from third base.
At least one. There we go.
Wow. Score that E5.
Definitely E5.
And they give him another error on the throw.
Yeah, give him a double E5.
Why not?
But we still like it. Good.
Oh, yeah. Well, absolutely. We love our Swiss hosts. Don't have that third baseman's name quite yet, although
that's Mr. Nicola again. Apt.
Is that Mr. Apt?
That's number one batter.
Well, how apt?
So here's Aidan Pierce, pitcher. Man in scoring position.
Aidan looking to help his own cause here.
That's a little low. Ball
inside corner.
Strike one.
Yes, you will hear the random cowbell during the game. The Swiss are very happy to ring their bells.
Well, we brought a vuvuzela.
Yeah, but we're not going to do that.
No.
We've had words about the vuvuzela.
Oh, is that right? Has it been put away?
That's played out to third base. They'll look at second.
Oh, Grace, he got a good jump.
Yeah, he did. He's there.
And the out is taken at
First,
first, and that advances Gray to third.
Maybe I think got fooled on that pitch.
Yeah, it looked like he was on the front foot a bit.
Definitely out front.
But as we pitchers understand, we never bat well when we're pitching, so we're going to forgive him that. He did get the runner over, and that's probably the most important thing.
This is Jamie Warren, number 3 batter.
Another one of those wonderful baseball stats. And we all know that 75% of ground balls result in a runner on base. Well, they also result in getting runners over. Now we have man on third with 1 out.
That's a ball over his head.
Well, at this point, we only really need to get a ball into fairly deep outfield.
Find the middle for a run.
Or even a ground ball up the middle, yeah, on the other side.
And again, a little high. That's 2 balls and no strikes on Jamie Warren. Jamie plays his baseball at Hearts.
No, Drew, that wasn't Kevin's cowbell. He's saving that for later. He will be ringing it, though, we assure you.
A lot of people aren't getting much work done.
That's a big hit out towards right field. That'll land safely, and that'll run Graydon in for the first GB run. Take a 1-0 lead, and Jamie will be safe on first with a hit.
Well done there. A hell of a piece of hitting. You can see the approach throughout the at-bat was to try to get the ball to the right side. He found the pitch he could drive there, took it to right field. Not trying to do too much with that. No A-rods on this team. Everyone's trying to get a hit, you get a run in, and we got another runner at first.
Here's the catcher, Ben Jones.
Big Ben Jones up at that.
That's a big hit out towards centre. That'll be taken. Dropped by the centre fielder. So Ben will take.
Oh, you gotta watch second.
He'll stay at first, and Jamie will take second. So, would you give that an error?
Oh yeah.
Well, it really depends on the official scorekeeper.
The sun wasn't in his eyes.
He did make an unnecessary jump. I'm afraid that would probably have to be an error.
Centre fielder.
We need our technical guy, I think.
So we've got a runner on first, a runner on second with 1 out. And a run scored.
Plate here. Miles Jansen.
Miles Jansen. Takes a swing, strike 1.
Big swing on an inside pitch. Once again, the pattern seems to be to set him up inside and try to throw away. Jamie did a great job of anticipating that in his at-bat.
Foul back, strike 2. Miles playing third base today.
Made a great play in that first inning for us. Ooh, looks a
That's
strike 3 on the
taken.
inside corner.
That's 2 outs, right?
Tough situation there. Tough situation.
Leaves Ben on first and Jamie on second. Connor Baker-Latham comes to the plate.
Well, Connor was definitely one of our standout hitters last year in this same tournament, which was held in Serbia, Belgrade.
He had a big home run in Bordeaux too.
Did he?
Ball high.
Deep center field.
Well, 2 down. Yeah.
Connor comes down from Liverpool every week down to London, plays baseball with the Mets. About a 5-6 hour round trip.
And I complain about my draft.
That's
Well,
ball 2 taken high.
you're only coming in from East London. Let's just get that right.
That's true. Sorry, I forgot. Address change.
2 balls, no strikes.
Ooh.
That's hit. I can't really see where that's gone. It's gone to right field. Is taken.
We're
We're in the inning.
Well, the not before GB comes up with 1 run on, we'll call it 1 base hit, 2 errors. Nonetheless, it's a lead. GB is in the lead, 1-0 after 1 complete. Now, I was caught the other day calling this Werewolves of London, and someone correctly
Various messages.
interrupted my
Various
cloud declaration.
messages from Jerry. Good visuals, louder. Can we see the drone angle? Message for announcers attendance game. Game temperature, distant outfield fences. The delay from C website versus YouTube is 5 minutes. He said.
Wow.
YouTube is slower. YouTube.
Oh.
That's what he's saying.
Alright.
Well, some more commentary, which we're happy to field here at the tournament.
What he's looking at.
We actually don't have dimensions. That's because we have a temporary fence out in the outfield. But I'm going to use my batter's eye and call it 310 down the lines and a healthy 380 to straight center. Now, don't quote me on that, but we will pace it out after the game.
I'm thinking a touch less. I'm going for 350.
All right. Well, the beer's on the
Right.
loser now. What would you say, straight center there, Jason?
Whatever it is, we're not going to be seeing
I don't think we'll be seeing a lot of balls
anything
going
go that way. Our only chance is right field. Right? We might see something there.
Fair. Right field may be a bit shorter than left.
There is a running track that goes
Of course,
through left field.
if Ben pops it over, he will tell us it's 410.
Oh, okay. All right. Excellent.
And in
Well,
fairness, it
StatCast
will
will
be.
tell us that anyway at that point.
So this is the number 4 batsman for the Swiss team.
Number 24.
Michael Diaz-Pino takes ball 1. Aiden has thrown 10 pitches.
Diaz Pino was also 2 for 4 yesterday with an RBI.
Takes ball 2.
2 singles in the game against Belarus.
Big tall kid.
Oh yes.
Saw him hitting the cage earlier.
Three.
Just off the plate.
Ball 3. And that'll be a walk. Ball 4. Be outside. And that
Well-
brings C.J. Savoldelli. Got a lot of the initials there.
CJ.
He doesn't have my height, but he's probably got a better swing.
I don't know, Chris. I saw your swing. Impressive.
Kickoff attempt is safe.
Savadelli was 1 for 3 yesterday with an RBI.
Okay.
Both of these Swiss hitters seem to be efficient.
Oh, I saw they had 10 hits in the game.
They did indeed. Oh, there's a
That's a
bunt.
bunt.
Third baseline.
Then comes a throw. Oh, and it's been missed by Connor. It's in the dirt. And they'll go for the run. Then comes a throw. Then will get down. But that'll be safe.
Well, baseball giveth and baseball taketh away. We'll call that E1, and a runner scored on the errant throw. It's one of those quirky rules of baseball that actually it's not an earned run, although the pitcher made the error. We didn't seem to have third base charging on that play, which may have thrown us off a bit.
So that's one apiece. No
He
outs
threw
for
off
the
his
second.
back foot too. I mean, that was definitely a rush throw. So
This is Livio Bundy.
oh, no one there.
Well, I think that's Aiden just getting comfortable, taking a breath, thinking about what he needs to do next.
That's a strike.
Go.
What's this kid's name?
This is Livio Bundy.
Livio Bundy. Bundy. Wow.
That in the lineup yesterday?
One strike.
Livio was 1 for 4 yesterday with 3 RBI. And that's a strange stat, as you would expect 3 RBI has a triple next to it, or a double. But in fact, it looked like he hit a single and he knocked in 3. Probably a couple of
Could be
sack
an
flies.
Could be.
A single with a load of errors. That's a big hit out towards the short. Just missed by Joe short. That's gone out to the left, and they will hold on the corners. That was a great effort from Joe, diving to his right. Didn't quite get there.
It looked like it to be a curving line drive there. It just kept moving away from the glove until finally it made it to left field.
That puts runners on the corners with no outs. Top of the second, scores a tie 1-1.
Oh, here's the center fielder, number 25.
This is Jeffrey Meyer.
Mr. Meyer. Another 1 for 4 yesterday. They're all hitters. They will put the ball in play, and now it's up to GB to keep the ball tidy. We won't say that was a purpose pitch, but it might serve a purpose.
Ben looked like he was ready for it.
Does it get tricky to pitch in this kind of heat with the ball getting it?
Well, it's not so
Sweaty.
much the grip of the ball. It's literally the fatigue of being out there.
Yeah.
Some pitchers thrive on it, and other pitchers wilt.
That's a hit out towards short. Picked up. Out at second. Safe at first.
But the runner did not advance.
Not advanced from third. It was a strange play. I'm not sure if that grass is that thick or if that ball is hit that weakly, but it seemed to die in the grass. The runner from third holds, although the ball got past the pitcher. And you always tell your runner on third to break if it's in the middle on the ground. But he held. We tried to turn 2, almost did.
Almost.
Only got him out at first. Yeah.
Alright, they can roll 2 here.
The big guy has a hard time
That's a
unraveling
bunt.
it.
That's safe down the third baseline. Picked up by nobody.
Oh, let's go.
Way to go. Good
Oh, that's
call.
a good
Good call.
play.
Good
That's a
Let's go
good
for
play.
it.
Yeah, that's excellent play.
Once again, I guess you have to see it in Europe because you don't see these plays. We have a first and third situation. Batter squares to bunt and hits quite a good bunt down the third baseline.
Runner didn't move.
Most of you would be saying, "Oh, squeeze play." No. Safety squeeze? No. The runner stood at third base, on the base.
Yeah, he never moved at
It
all.
makes no sense at all. Oh, there's a ground ball.
Chopper to third. Third will take it, and the throw will go into the first baseman. But he's safe.
You know, we had to refrain from saying great play because Miles did make a great play there, although we don't get the out. Miles coolly looked the runner back to third. This time, actually, he was moving with the ball hit to the third baseman. Again, go figure. He chased him back to third, then came up throwing, made a halfway decent throw, but Connor couldn't get it on the short hop. And we have a bases loaded situation
With 1 out.
with 1 out. All things told, no worse for the wear. And there's force plays everywhere now.
Corners are in.
This is number 9 and number 9. Philippe Haya. Takes ball 1.
Ball in.
Inside pitch.
And the reason we say no harm, no foul is because if we had the same repeat hit, well, might as well just coolly go home with it. Get the force play and we turn a double at first.
That's hit to Joe. It's short. He picks it. Gets the out at second.
And to first.
And
that's a double play.
Out at first. See that? Double play.
Well done.
Great job, guys.
Well
Just like they drew it up in the scorebook. 6-4-3. Ends the inning with the bases loaded. Diamonds may be a girl's best friend, but a double play, 6-4-3, is a pitcher's best friend. And now we see why. Well, GB gets out of that, only surrendering 2 runs? Or 1 run?
One. Just
One run. Once again, that quirky running at third base. At
So
the end of 1.5.
We're tied.
Tied at 1.
Yeah,
Now-
that is the advantage, once again, of having the bag full. I mean, we had many discussions about this in Poland, as I'm sure Drew is thinking right now, that so many situations when the bag is full, it gives you so many more options.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a risky play because you've loaded the bases, and so 2 potential runs becomes 3. But on this level of play, the amount of grand slams you're going to see are few and far between. So I think,
Especially here today.
or triples for that matter.
That fence.
So we have Malachi Spencer, Joe Rawcliffe, and Joe Perez. And our task is to figure out which of those is the good, which of them is the bad, and which of them is the ugly. I'm not sure any of those applies.
Clint Eastwood has left the building, ladies and gentlemen. He's no longer in the booth.
I mean, you've got to back it.
Well, we saw Zach Gressler, the distinguished GB pitching coach, have a chat with Aiden coming off the hill.
I did see that.
What do you figure that was about? Says the pitching coach to the dad.
It could have been a relaxed deal, but it didn't look like a sit back, relax, just do your job. It looked like there was a play on of some sort.
Well, once again, one of those buzz phrases that we say as pitching coaches, 80% of leadoff walks score. That runner that scored was a leadoff walk on 4 pitches.
Yep.
Anyway, back to live action.
And he was tall.
He was pretty.
Fouled off. Malachi was playing in Poland the other week, got concussed.
Yeah, it's nice to see Malachi conscious.
And he was not he was not good for about several days, I think it was.
Really? Is it that bad?
He's done well to.
It wasn't that hot in Poland this year, though, so that wasn't.
We had a couple of hot days.
Was it?
But then it cooled off.
Take strike 1, 2 in.
2, nice. Foul ball and
Yep.
full strike. Malachi, one of the older players
That's
on
played
the
out
top
to
heavy
third
team.
base, picked up, the throw will come in. And that will be out.
Big stretch by the first baseman there.
Good play and a good stretch.
One away.
Oh, 3 ground out for first out.
GB isn't getting cheated up like that. They're definitely hacking.
This brings Joe Rawcliffe to the plate.
Joe is a late addition to the roster. Hailing, takes a strike on the inside corner, hailing from Cartmel Valley. We're always glad to see the Northerners make it down, especially Cartmel, a program that's been going on forever. They don't ever seem to quit.
Ball high and inside. 1-1. So we remain tied, 1 each. Bottom of the second, 1 out.
Chris, how many pitches Aiden throw that in?
22 in total. That must have been about.
Pretty efficient, ain't it? A double play will do that for him.
Yeah, that helps. Pitcher's best friend.
Take strike 2, 1 and 2 count. Fouls it back.
Looked to be a bit inside there. Count 1 and 2. Oh, we got a good ball game here. Both teams definitely come to win.
Ball high. Where is it?
Curveball, it got away there.
2-2.
You'll notice these patterns from younger pitchers, and they're ahead in the count. They try to pull out a breaking pitch. It becomes pretty predictable.
That's also high. Full count.
And he works himself into a full count. What do you think is coming here?
It's got to be a fastball.
Got to be.
in the middle.
Yeah. I'd say outside corner. He's trying.
He's setting up in the middle.
Setting up high.
It's hit out towards centre field, but no, it's taken by second baseman.
Well, you can see the pitcher and the catcher getting together on coming back inside after that weak swing at the second strike. They were able to get Joe was able to get a piece of it, a good piece, but didn't get past the second baseman.
2 down. That looks to be going further than it actually.
Top of the lineup here?
Bottom.
No, it's bottom. Number 9 hitter. Joe Perez.
The catcher's lost it in the sun. The pitcher has dropped it foul. So everyone will come back to where they were.
And clearly the boys will get it later in their baseball careers, but the last person to be catching that ball should be the pitcher. The first person should be the third baseman. And the catcher should certainly not be walking towards the dugout while the play's up the third baseline.
The catcher had absolutely no idea.
No, he was.
All you young pitchers out there, you point to the ball and tell your catcher to get his butt over it.
And that's hit out towards centre. That should be a fairly safe take at centre field, and is the
Basket catch.
Little Willie Mays Hayes out center field. 3 up, 3 down for GB that inning.
All right, well, we'll go back to the top of the next inning. In the meantime, we're back to the top of the Swiss lineup.
And smooth emotions all around.
So we've been once around everything.
How many song references are we going to have between innings?
So there's sweet emotions on there.
That's all right. Smooth was good.
You might have spied Liam Carroll in the corner of your screen there as he collected the on-deck donut.
That was glazed, wasn't it?
You can, it's red glazed. You can be sure that there is a penalty to pay for the head coach of the GB program having to pick up the on-deck batting donut. Unfortunately, my boy's on the bench, so he's likely to be the one doing the laps.
Luckily, there's a running track already laid out.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
15 up and downs on that.
Did you see many balls bounce off that? Oh, no, none of you guys were here.
Well, we were calling it a tight game, and it's definitely been nothing but that. 1-1 after 2 complete.
See how much more hitting we've got. So here's Ab Nicola, grounded out in the first inning.
Yes, Drew. Willie Mays Hayes indeed.
Foul off rather, on the third baseline.
For those of you that are novice baseball movie watchers, Willie Mays Hayes was the popular center fielder on the Cleveland Indians in the hit movie Major League.
Yeah.
And Major League too.
Oh, boy, they like the ball.
It's bunted foul again, third baseline.
Well, they're going to keep tempting Miles to play up.
Yeah.
2 strikes.
And he was that time.
Yeah. 2 strikes. He plays back appropriately.
Impressively, I've just seen a scoreboard which looks to be doing balls and strikes correctly. That's ball 1, 1 and 2.
Aiden might be changing the plane of vision there. Let's see if he goes low and away. No, stayed up.
Foul back again. Stays 1 and 2.
Didn't look like much of a 2-strike approach from number 10. He was hacking.
He was. And he's
almost-
definitely not choking up.
That's a lovely
Well
pitch.
picked by Aiden. Wow. Well, Aiden was following right along with us. He threw him a nice little breaking pitch, just broke out of the zone, but certainly looking to take advantage of the aggressive swinging style of the 10. Oh, there's a ball up.
Played up to shortstop, he's picked it, and the throw will come in, he's out.
Wow.
Off the back?
I called him out.
Okay.
That was a very emphatic out.
It was. Okay.
Base runner stumbled over first base, but
Well,
it
I
was-
saw Ben's reaction, and I wondered if Ben's reaction was.
Oh, I didn't see
I
that.
thought it was safe.
He was out by a foot, I'd say, from here. It's difficult to see, but
Yeah,
it looked like it.
if you could go ask that umpire to move when there's a play, that'd be great.
Drew, we noticed that you don't leave home without it either.
Now, did that guy pay his taxes?
Strike one on.
Well, there ain't many people paying taxes. We're in Switzerland, sir.
That's played off to a short again. Short picks it.
Joe's a vacuum out there.
And that's out again at 6-3.
Joe hopping up and down, getting on his knees, back up, makes the throw. Good strong throw over to first. Gets 2 outs. That's 2 by way of 6-3.
Brings up David Herman. Grounded out again with first.
They're getting a lot of work to the left side of our infield. Good thing they're making the plays.
I like that pitch.
He's not getting anything low.
No, they will pull them fairly tight in the CB. We did notice also in Gijon that they weren't given any low strikes.
No?
Well, not until we were up.
Selective low strike.
Yes.
2 balls.
We had the distinct impression that during our at-bats, the strike zone was from our toes to the tip of our hat.
Well, that's
That's the
easy to
strike in the
gauge.
middle. So we're 1 and 2. Sorry, 2 and 1.
Yeah, he did
2
been
outs, top of the
tidy
third.
on the outside corner, getting those guys to roll their hands over and hit weak ground balls to the left side.
High up towards
popped up center field.
center. Takes
There
it
you
nicely, and
go.
that's the inning.
That's it.
Calmly.
Efficient job there from GB. 3 up, 3
Very
down.
good inning. Very good inning. And I'd say taken very professionally in center field.
We'd like to give a special welcome
top
to
of-
former uniform players in attendance today, including Marcus Richards, CEO of Pista and sponsor of these championships. Thank you, Marcus.
The first of our special guests today,
Ah,
Brittany Jones,
Brittany Jones. Get in here, bro.
who would like to say hello
Oh,
to her mother,
like to say hi, Mom.
who I think is listening in Oregon.
An
Hi,
Oregon
Grammy.
shot.
And little brother Alex, who's also, I'm sure,
May or may not be around, maybe just riding his bike around the neighborhood.
occasionally watching.
Is he in Oregon already?
Yeah.
When did he go?
He went the 12th. He's been there a
so-
couple weeks already.
Wow.
All right,
And,
good for him.
Yeah.
Is he playing ball out there at all?
Yeah, they'll be doing baseball camp like they do every year.
Excellent.
Absolutely. Ben's looking forward to going to camp in Oregon this summer as well.
And is that with the Oregon Ducks?
The Oregon State, the Beavers.
Oregon State
You're the
Beavers.
Beavs.
Sorry.
Yeah, the
I
Beavs.
apologize.
You're the Beavs.
to
You
all the
almost just
Beavers.
got beat up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
seriously.
man.
You should have seen the look on Brittany's face. Some quality baseball out there.
Absolutely.
Who'd have thunk it?
Pac-12 champions this year, I think, were they? That's right. Shout out to Coach Bailey, an old family friend, my brother's baseball coach, who's now the deputy head coach at Oregon State.
Ah,
I think.
Wow.
helped have friends in high places.
Absolutely.
Well, the Jones family has just arrived this morning and they're dutifully at work helping with the broadcasting, etc. Britt, we understand you speak a bit of German.
No.
No,
Lie.
she's denying it.
Complete lie.
She's denying it.
Complete lie.
Well,
Well,
we
not
have-
this kind. Not this kind.
Yeah, wrong kind of German.
It's the wrong kind of German, you know? It's like, I have no idea what these people are saying.
Several of them are listening, so
Yeah, that's right.
big shout out to all our Swiss German friends.
Absolutely.
I was going to ask her to say hello in German, but I guess that's
No?
not going to
I
happen.
think
Well,
even I can do
Even
that.
the locals, we're going to learn the local greeting, which is Grüßli.
Grizzly.
Grüßli.
Right.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
And that's for all the Swiss fans. Hopefully, some of you are watching.
Alright, so we're back up with Graydon Koyanagi. 0 for 1, reached on error, first time up.
Come on, Greg! Good eye.
4-1. He's spotted the fact that those are not getting called.
Excuse the announcer who's cheering for the GB team. Can't be helped.
Looked a nice meaty pitch to hit, but it's fouled it off.
Way out in front. That's what we call a knob shot, and I don't want to hear any of those chuckles. He hit it off the knob of the bat.
It's not that kind of a talk.
That's exactly right.
1-1.
You gotta go to channel 9 for the alternative broadcast.
2 and 1. See a lot of balls flying over the head. Picture.
He seems to want to set them up with a high pitch, but then he gets away from them.
That's big, and that should drop safe, and that'll be a single. Nice hit from Gray.
Very nice. Kept his hands inside the ball, right that barrel head out, caught the ball nice for a cold hit to left field.
That's a man on with nobody out, bottom of the third. Scores remain tied 1-1. GB batting second. That's the home team. Hayden Pierce. Second at bat. Grounded out there. And that's a way to get your nice white GB shirt covered in red grass.
Just for Anita. She could do a little bit more work. That's a good move.
It was. Low and away.
Graydon always looking for the steal.
You know, he's not the fastest runner, but certainly one of the most intelligent. He's always looking to get a good jump. He's got a nice little lead there, and there he goes.
Good read.
That's safe. That's
As
fumble.
you might have seen right there. Definitely not the fleetest of foot, but we all saw him take an extra step on that lead because he knew he could get back. And at the first movement of that left heel up, he was off. He had, I'd say, about 7 steps before the pitch is over, which is incredible.
I think the second baseman had a chance if he'd taken it cleanly.
Well, then again, you know, Graydon's
Pressure was on.
Just in there.
That's ball 3.
Well, would you unleash him here, Daddy?
I think so.
3-0? I agree.
Never do, but
I agree. I like Aiden's bat. He definitely hit one the other way here. Big, loads of space down the right field line.
But it was a take all the way.
It was a take, and probably not a good pitch to be swinging at anyway. 3-0. Nice little, neat little breaking pitch on the inside corner.
He was going to get the strike no matter what.
Yeah, that's for sure. Still people are going to pop it down the right field line. If you can see that right field line,
oh, there you go.
There is loads of tundra out there.
So that loads 1 and 2 with nobody out. Brings
the
up.
Swiss team has adopted, Swiss outfield has adopted what can only be termed as a suicide shift. They've basically granted anyone who hits the ball within 40 feet of the right field line a triple.
Yeah?
Let's see if we can take advantage of that.
Oh, you don't see that in youth baseball much.
Especially not in the outfield. You might see.
It's not as if they've seen much of the GB batters.
Not at all.
It's not like they've seen 4 games and know where people are hitting the ball.
Boy, this would just tempt you to poke one over there.
Well, this defense is completely schizophrenic because you've got the corners playing on the lines, so seemingly protecting against the double, but God forbid you put it over their heads because you got a triple.
Taken down low.
This may not amount to anything as the pitcher seems to have lost control anyway. What's the name of this pitcher once again?
This is Mr. Luka Ivanisevic. No, I'm sorry. It's Mr. CJ Savarelli.
You just wanted to say Ibanez.
I did, yeah. It rolls off. That's taken strike 1.
Off the outside corner again. Living dangerously on that outside. But once again, if you can see it, we got our right fielder basically playing right center.
Oh, that looks inviting, but that's fouled back.
That looked to be it right there. That looked to be the pitch to drive him. The funny thing is Jamie did go that way last at bat, but the right fielder's standing exactly in the spot where the ball dropped.
Tall right field.
He has the ability to go the other way.
There it goes. Out towards left field.
Hit into the shift.
No doubt.
Center fielder
It
takes
only
it.
works if they don't run into each other.
Now we were watching their center fielder yesterday. He has this proclivity to jump as he catches a ball. He didn't do it there.
He's also got a tendency to run right in front of the left fielder and take anything that's heading in his direction. Going to come to tears at some point. Ben Jones is up. Big hit out to left field at first inning. That's another one, but that'll be taken again by the left fielder.
We are definitely hitting into the teeth of their defense.
We stay with runners on first and second. And Miles Jansen comes up. Miles struck out looking first up.
And they're still employing the shift.
They seem to have been convinced themselves that we're just going to pull the ball with all these big strapping young men.
Take strike one. 2 down, scores tied. Bottom of the third. Playing on first and second. Second base Gray, and the first base is Aiden. Foul back. Strike 2. Ball high.
Attempted a big loopy curveball. It just stayed up there.
Oh, foul off.
Foul back. Staying alive.
1 and 2. Still 2 outs.
Well, as many of you will know, there's the term quality at bat, which would call for an 8 pitch at bat. By continuing to foul the ball off, Miles is threatening to have a quality at bat.
Takes it to 2 and 2.
Kid wants to throw curveballs.
He definitely wants
3
to
in a
throw
row,
that
right?
curveball. Well, by throwing that curveball, he's told us that he's basically going to keep throwing fastballs.
Now, yeah, he's committed.
He just can't, can't get it over with any consistency.
And there it is. Outside.
Takes ball 3 for full count.
Tight ball there. Looked to be outside, although you could have fooled some of us.
Oh, it's
3 and 2.
definitely outside.
3 and 2. This will be the 7th pitch of the at bat. Oh, and that's certainly a strike.
Second strikeout looking for Miles.
As tall as Miles is, you can't really complain much about that ball. Well, GB threatens.
Still 1-1 after 3 full innings. 2 hits each. 2 errors on the Swiss, 3 for the GB team. Pretty tight game.
Well, after an accumulated circa 50 runs in the first 3 games of this tournament, we have a 1-1 tie in the top of the 4th inning. Who'd have thunk it? Especially as these 2 teams look to be the best hitting teams in the draw.
Just make a list. Yeah. Okay. And yes.
Did you change that?
Yes, I did. Yep.
Well, Aiden Pierce completing his warm-up pitches, looking sharp. What do we have him down for today? 30 pitches in, perhaps?
Aiden is throwing 34.
34 pitches in 3 innings.
12 balls, 22 strikes.
For the mathematicians or non-mathematicians out there, that would work out to an average of 11.3 pitches an inning.
Don't forget the .3.
No, and that's an infinite .3 as well.
Oh,
Continuous .3.
all the way.
Yeah. Otherwise known as a third.
Okay, we could use that.
Yeah,
but not in Europe.
Perhaps not. You make a good point.
This is Michael Diaz-Tino, number 24. So he's sitting in the number 4 spot for Switzerland.
Grounded out to, or grounded? I think he reached
He
safely in
walked.
an error. Oh.
That's it.
Oh, this was the lead-off walk in the second inning.
Yep, big call, kid.
Touch inside.
It looked to be much higher than the ball miles looked
No,
at,
it didn't.
But, you know, high nonetheless. Ben's a tall catcher. Oh, same spot.
Okay.
This kid hasn't seen a strike yet.
You could forgive him thinking that we don't throw strikes.
I think he's going to take here.
Oh, 2-0's a big hitter's count. He's turning.
Foul.
Fouled it off. Once again, Aiden with that tricky cut fastball on the outside corner. Getting those batters to turn their hands over, roll over, and ground to the left. I haven't seen one of them try to go the other way with a bat. Forced himself to a 2-1 count. Oh, there it is again. Now, is that a slider, or is he just cutting through the ball?
He throws a slider every once in a while, but that was, I'm sure, not now.
It definitely has a tendency on the outside corner to cut through the ball. Looks like a cut fastball.
3-1.
Another walk.
Walks him.
And the cowbells go.
Second walk of the game for Michael. This is CJ Savoldelli, the pitcher.
Now, in a little gamesmanship here, and all you junior baseball coaches will know what I'm talking about. You follow your 6'5" number 4 batter with your 5'0" number 5 batter. It didn't work last time.
No, it didn't.
As Aiden walked the first guy, not
But
the second.
it worked for the first guy. It's like you saw the on deck.
Go figure. Oh, there's a ground ball.
Back to the
Straight
pitcher.
back
The
to the
pitcher will go to second for the out,
Ooh.
and then comes the throw. And it's
Yo!
a play. Good job.
Oh, score that. 1-4 to 3. Aiden. Well, let's go last names here. Pierce to Koyanagi to Bakerland.
That was played perfectly.
Aiden, a shortstop by trade. Definitely turned a nice number there.
Yeah, that worked out pretty well. That'll pump him up a little.
That's popped up
Shower.
to Graydon, who takes it from short from second base to end the inning.
Well, some slick defense here by GB. Haven't seen much of this in recent tournament play. Well, it's not quite 3 up, 3 down, but 3 batters came to the plate and 3 outs were recorded. After 3.5.
Resume with Connor, Malachi, Joe, and Joe.
1-1. That's right, Drew. 1-4-3. Make sure you mark that down in your book.
I think Drew is probably following the ice score, and then about a few minutes later he gets the video to see how that all worked out.
Is that an 8-pitch inning, Drew was asking?
Sounds about right.
Well, there were 5 or
5
6 to the first batter, right?
5.
Was it 5? 1 foul?
3-1.
Maybe
Foul was the strike, the only strike. It's the foul ball.
Yeah,
So
right.
that's
Okay,
5
5.
pitches. Plus.
Strike, foul, ball, foul, ball, 5. Ball, strike, ball, foul, 10. Ball,
Strike ball.
double play, fly out. It's 12, I think.
Because he
No,
went
sorry,
in with 33 pitches, so he's got 47?
No, I've got 41 right now.
41, so that was...
Ready?
So that's only 8. How'd that work out?
You got me.
Maybe Drew was right. Maybe it is 8 pitches.
Yeah.
We'll look at that later. I may have.
You probably double counted somewhere. Well, the reason we're fussing about pitch counts is although there are no rules for pitch counts in the CEB, our staff and certainly the parents who are sitting right here would expect that Aiden will be on a fairly strict 95 pitch count today, assuming he hasn't pitched in the last 5 days.
No, he hasn't.
A high fly ball. Oh, that's very high. Right field.
Right fielder.
Strangely, Crab walked in too, but
Oh.
made the play.
Yeah. Didn't look all that graceful coming in on that fly ball, but once again, we're hitting it right where they are.
Very effective.
And here's Malachi, grounded out once before.
We aren't hitting it where they ain't.
And that again is popped up.
Shallow.
Center fielder should take that. Let's drop.
Drop. There you go. Now.
Drops in front of him.
Okay, runner at one.
Not technically an error, but you feel like he ought to have got there.
Fair enough, yeah. Call it a hit in the book, they all look like line drives.
Absolutely. It's Joe Rawcliffe. He was out on a line drive from memory to second base. Was
Yes.
he not?
Yes, he hit it quite well with 2 strikes.
That's chopped out.
Down to the baseline.
Foul ball.
Ooh! Well, we definitely don't have the angle from here, but that looked to be foul. Very close to the bag.
Boy, that line must be flat, because these balls just aren't rolling anywhere. They might be something to pay attention to early in the tournament.
Foul back. 2 strikes on Joe Rawcliffe.
Just under that one. Had it well timed. Looked to be popping that down that right field line. Keep asking for it. Someone's going to give it to us.
1 down. Malachi on first. 2 strikes. That's got past the third baseman. That'll be a single.
That's a single. That's definitely a single.
Put man on first and second.
In the definition for error, you'll find that the Major League Baseball handbook calls for the absence of an exceptional play. Well, that would have been an exceptional play, I think. Third baseman had to range a bit.
That was a shot.
Right.
Jason was saying that CEB has a whole different exception of, well, different way of looking at things sometimes. That's a bunt. Foul.
I can't get over this right field line. I'm going to stop saying it in an inning, I think. But there is loads of room out there. Loads of room. Now, it seems like the easiest thing in the world, and
If you can't see it on screen, think of a line drive straight past the second baseman. That is where the right fielder is standing.
yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect placement there, Chris.
Inside pitch.
You'd expect the right fielder to be in, just playing straightaway, be in a triangle, as in the tip of an isosceles triangle with the second and first baseman. But he is definitely the end of the hypotenuse from the first baseman to him.
That's chopped down towards short. He picks it, fumbles it, and everybody will be safe on that play. It's an error on the shortstop, Nebo Bundy, and that gets the bases loaded.
Well, there's definitely a case of a shortstop being caught on his heels. You never want to be fielding the ball back on your heels. You want to be fielding through the ball, especially on a slow roller like that.
Well, I just had a nice message from my brother-in-law in Arizona saying I was hogging up the airtime. That's love for you.
Hello, Arizona. How hot is it out there?
Yeah,
We're feeling
Hot
Arizona
here.
like right now.
It's not as hot as Serbia, but they're running it close.
Well, we're closer to the sun here in Switzerland.
It's right there. I can see it.
We're about 1,000 meters higher.
Yeah. So we have bases loaded with 1 out, and we are back to the top of the GB order with Ray Koyanagi, who's 1 for 2 today, reached an error and hit a single. GB will look to capitalise on this. Ball in the dirt.
Runners hold. Good hold there. Great in signaling out to the third, to the runner at third that he should hold up.
Takes ball 2.
For those of you following the 18U tournament last week, this was a situation that we had some trouble capitalizing on until the last game when we broke out. But it'd be good to see the 15U accomplish an executed play here. Oh.
Turned away from ball 3.
Or hits batsman. I mean, that works too.
That would work. Yeah, he'll take that, I think.
72, is it? 72 in Arizona?
Nothing.
Oh, so he's in Flagstaff up in
Wimps.
Unless it's centigrade.
Yeah.
72 centimeters.
Takes strike 1. 3 and 1 count.
Does that translate to about 25 Celsius?
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah. It's a nice pleasant day. This is a little hot.
It's still morning.
3 and 1.
Oh,
foul.
Oh,
wanted to go that way.
Graydon definitely having the right idea there, letting the ball travel, hitting it the other way.
Making him think.
Fortunately, dropped foul.
Full count.
Go figure. Full count.
But yet the right fielder's headed back that way.
Well, here's an interesting strategy. The Swiss have their infield in with the bases loaded and 1 out. That makes very little sense. We can talk about that in a sec.
Oh, Graydon.
Graydon looked to be swinging that ball forward.
That was high. And he knew it.
That hurts.
Well, brings Aiden with 2 outs. Bases loaded.
Once again, bases loaded. Lots of pressure on the pitcher to come through.
Aiden's grounded out and walked.
We'll take another walk right here. Oh!
That's drilled to short. Short will make the ease.
No!
He's safe.
Safe!
He runs.
Safe! No, indeed!
Shortstop tried to run it home.
Well, well, well. Shortstop play has been lacking today, certainly on the Swiss side of things.
That
Well,
it's Joe.
Joe. Ah, Joe. Joe Rawcliffe
No press. Joe Rockers on third.
on third.
Joe Perez on second.
Jerry Perez. Jerry Perez with a very good lead. Now, before that play, and we didn't actually get to comment on it, but you can see right now how the first baseman. Oh, and there's a hit spot.
There's a hit.
Or did it hit the ball? I think it hit the batter first.
Yep. All right, we'll run another one in. GB.
Well, there's some dispute there that it actually hit the batter, not the bat. From my view,
Sound like
I
a
thought it
helmet
hit his
to me.
helmet and then maybe the barrel of the bat. But in any case, once it hits the batter,
So there's 3-1 to GB. With 2 outs. Bases remain loaded. And here's Ben Jones. See what he can do.
Big spot, Ben. Yeah, see what he can do. See if he can capitalize. Again, you'll
All
see
the way.
it. You'll see it on your screens, fans. That first baseman is nowhere near first base, which is essentially, notwithstanding Jerry's fleet of foot, the reason why Joe is fleet of foot. Sorry, the reason why Joe could get into second base that time, ahead of the play from the shortstop.
You mean he's not being held on?
There is no way you should let a guy coming off first get such a big lead. I mean, it's almost impossible to think of a slow roller being executed. That's
It's popped up. That'll be taken by the second
That may be
baseman.
some trouble.
But 2 runs
Two
scored.
score in that inning, so that's 3-1 to GB after 4 full innings out of 7.
Unicorn Preservation Society.
2 runs. Any base hits that inning?
I gave the last one
There was the
as a single. The second baseman. The shortstop.
fair. I mean, can't really call it an error. There wasn't an errant move.
Mental, but not.
Slow roller, and we beat him out. So that's 2 runs on 2 base hits. 2 walks?
Yeah.
No, 1 walk, 1 hit batter, and 3 men left on base.
And I believe.
Well, commentary from back home, extolling Joe Perez's virtues on the base paths, and indeed, absolutely, one of the things that Joe did right on that play is he got way off the bag. He took that big leap, and he anticipated the play at second base.
Looks like we have some fielding changes. I think Ben has come off. Oh no, he's
just suiting up after having present that. Still a tight game, 3-1. Wouldn't expect many changes here. Defense is Joe playing a good game.
Very good.
Pitcher Aiden's dealing up there, allowing his fielders to go to work for him.
We're back up again with Jeffrey Meyer, centre fielder, or left fielder as we call it.
We got to give props to our excellent technical crew, Chris Jones and Paul Stoddard, for setting all this up and giving you guys.
On this occasion, Chris Jones had nothing to do with it.
Well,
that's not true, but we'll let him say that.
Paul has done a remarkable job. If he could only install air conditioning, it would be perfect.
Next tournament.
All inside. How are you doing with a little gizmo at the top left there, Jason?
Yeah,
keeping it moving?
Yeah, keeping it moving.
That's hit to Joe at short, fixed, run.
Oh, he's fast.
Had to come off the bag, so he'll be safe.
Well, that's a good play over there, right, Connor?
Yeah.
You don't want that ball going into the dugout. You know, live to turn a double play another day, I guess.
He got down there quick. You're exactly right. That was the right call.
Once again, looked like a hard hit ball, but just died in that grass.
It is.
Joe's hard charging, just couldn't quite get there in time.
Yeah. How many plays is that to Joe? I mean,
every inning.
Endless. Hey, Miles had a couple, and Joe's got the rest. What? No one out?
Well, nothing's gone down the right side of the field or anything.
This is the third inning in a row. We've got lead off at first base.
This one by way of hit. I think you're gonna have to score that one.
Yeah, I agree.
We have a lefty up at bat. This looks to be a change here in the order.
Yes, I saw the coach talking.
Here comes the throw. That's a little. That'll be out. Surely.
Tag, I think.
Yes, he's out. Caught stealing.
Well, he thought about it, didn't he?
I wonder if he didn't come off the bag there. A little miscommunication in the middle of the infield. You can see Joe and Gray going for the ball. It wasn't quite clear whose ball that was.
Exchanging a couple of rueful looks between the two.
I would have assumed that's the shortstop's ball with the lefty up at bat, and that might be.
That's hit towards Miles at third. He picks it. In comes the throw for the second out.
Good play there by Miles. Taking all the territory he could playing third base.
Didn't rush it.
Not at all.
Did a good job.
Picks it early so that he's got the shorter and the throw with more momentum. But again, going back to that middle infield play, I mean, you'd have thought with the lefty up that is definitely going to be the shortstop's ball. But with so few lefties coming up to bat in youth baseball, you can see where Graydon is just so accustomed to covering that playing second. Nonetheless, we got the out.
And that's a chopper again to Miles. This should be straightforward. And it's out.
It is when you got a glove like Connor's.
Yeah, good job.
It's a very clean inning. Well, let's keep a 3-1 lead, middle of the fifth.
No runs, one hit. No walks, one man left on base. As we rock to the tunes of Pearl Jam. If there's anyone watching from Seattle, give us a shout out. Although I doubt that there's a Seattle in the mix. Oregon's close enough.
Oregon's best we can do.
Oh, and into the booth, none other than the technical director, Paul Stoddard.
Mr. Media, as we call him.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Paul? You enjoying the game?
I am. It's a great game. They're playing. The defence is amazing. They're playing really well. The infield's really good.
I think it's night and day from last year. It's a step up.
Absolutely.
Real step up.
We also haven't seen
what have been 3 double plays. It's
three.
yeah. So, it's great. It's going very well.
Wow. Yeah, no, indeed.
Could do
Well,
a little few more runs to be a bit more comfortable.
Paul, why don't you tell us where you hail from in the UK originally?
I'm from Lincolnshire originally.
Lincolnshire.
Yeah, a small town called Sleaford, and then moved to London to study, and then went back towards America for a bit.
21.
And then ended up in Holland.
Holland?
Yeah, in the Netherlands. So we've been there 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Oscar, who's the proud bearer of the Stoddard name on the GB Cadet 15U, was born and raised in Holland.
He was born about a year before we moved.
Nice.
So yeah, we thought that was a nice place to bring him up.
And where was he born?
In London. Yeah.
London?
Yeah,
Alright.
Orpington. And,
Well,
and it was there that he picked up baseball. So yeah.
Well, we all know that the Dutch have a very good baseball, youth baseball program, and we're only lucky to have stolen one of their prized possessions. Paul and I are the proud parents of two players that are not playing today, so we can sit back and comment on all the other lads.
Yeah, it's actually very relaxing.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it though?
Yeah.
Especially when we're winning
Yeah.
3-1.
Yeah.
Oscar, by all accounts, is a starter on any team, but had a bit of a elbow issue
Yeah, it's the
about a
same
month and a half
as
ago.
last year, about 6 weeks before. Last year he had a fracture in his back, and then this year he had a problem with his elbow about 6 weeks before. So he's been rested.
Well, I'll tell you everything about Oscar. He comes out to a tournament with a broken back.
Yeah, and yeah, well, this year it's the elbow, and yeah, he started throwing the balls yesterday, so maybe later in the week he'll get to enjoy the sun.
We definitely look forward to seeing him back out there. The term of endearment for Oscar is Romeo. We will allow all of you to imagine why he's termed Romeo. He's a striking young lad.
Here's Miles Johnson taking ball one down low.
So there we are, bottom of the fifth. 3-1 GB.
Out of 7.
Oh,
ball in the dirt. Ball 2.
Do we have a new pitcher?
We do.
Oh, well, we missed the pitching change. Speaking with Mr. Stoddard. Oh. Miles and Connor looked to have had some words as he looked more intent to hit Connor in the on deck circle than the ball.
That just came right out of Miles' hands.
It hit the aforementioned donut.
It did hit the donut.
That's what it said.
It's a target.
I wonder if that's just sweaty hands.
Could be.
Could be a batting glove, but foul ball back.
Oh yeah, Miles definitely goes with the rugged approach. No batting gloves.
Yeah. Had to be persuaded to use a fielding glove, I think. 2-2. Oh, and swing and a miss. That's going to hurt.
Definitely a bit eager there. After looking at the called third strike last at bat, you can see he wanted to make up for it. But well,
Connor.
Baseball's a game of numbers. It all evens out in the end. So we hope Miles has some good at bats coming.
Connor has flied out twice, both to right field.
Once again, Connor was one of the big bats in last year's tournament in Serbia, so we hope he gets hot.
He's certainly been hitting it well all season. Strike one on the swing.
Very healthy cut, but we seem to be going after those high fastballs now that we have a lead. Got to continue to play the game the way the game needs to be played. Again,
Ball one high.
that opening down the right field line has only gotten bigger, and we're only trying to pull the ball even more. You gotta figure out one point someone will figure it out.
It's just got to look so tempting for them.
You'd have thought, but you see big swing after big swing.
That's true.
Again, it sounds like the easiest thing in the world, and it certainly is not. But I think what we're commenting on is the approach of the batters. The intent of the batters doesn't seem to be even considering that there is such an easy hit waiting for them.
Connor works a 3-1 count. 2 balls in the dirt.
There are no lefties lefty batters, oh, there is one.
One.
Mr. Kettle.
Yeah.
Nathan. I wonder if they'd change their approach if he came to bat.
Well back for a full count.
3-1.
With one down, bottom of the fifth. GB has a 3-1 lead.
They got shade over there, don't they?
That's the place to be. That's driven to short, and the throw will come in, and that'll be the second out. Another 6-3 play. 2 down.
Well hit ball, but right at the shortstop, unfortunately. Well, that would be the former pitcher, wouldn't it, at short?
Oh, it is.
Yeah, and that would explain the 6-3 putout, as the previous shortstop just was not having a good day.
No, yeah, that looks comfortable there, doesn't it?
Here's Malachi taking ball one. He's 1 for 2 today, ground out and single. 2 down, bottom of the fifth. All high.
I think I read that his dad's in a meeting, so now's the time that Malachi probably does something that he'll have to talk to his dad about.
That's a ball low. 3 balls, no strikes. And that'll be a walk.
Look to be aiming that one a bit. You
Malachi.
see the pitcher change his motion on that pitch there. Didn't seem to want to throw it on 3-0. Scared of walking the batter, and he walks the batter.
Yeah, you feel like Gray would have at least looked like he was going to second one.
Yeah.
It's hot out there. Let's see.
It is.
Bear that in mind. Joe Rawcliffe comes to the plate.
But they were panicked about it, so.
2 down. Swing and a miss from Joe. That's a little high.
Yeah, it's a quality first pitch. Hard to lay off. Especially after throwing 4 balls in a row. Actually, it was probably more like 6 balls.
Probably was. Yeah. And a lot in the dirt. He hadn't gone up there much.
And back down.
Yep.
See, he looked to be turning that over in his hand, so I'm guessing that was some sort of a breaking pitch gone wrong.
Think so?
Yeah, the angle of the arm slot looks different, and that could be just simply because he's getting it wrong and bouncing it, or it could be because he's trying to throw a different pitch. Either way, it should be a good clue for our batters. Straight over the top fastball.
Foul ball. Ooh, it's hit the canopy.
Now,
Swiss fans.
He's ahead in the count, and what I'm referring to is the angle of his elbow coming through. Now, if he tries to turn it over, he'll actually lower his elbow, which makes no sense, but
This will be the pitch he does it, huh?
Well, on a 1-2 count, you'd expect it. So now let's see if that elbow drops below that gloves, and there it is.
Chopper. Foul.
Looks like a bit of a different arm angle.
That one seems to be working a bit.
Yeah, that one probably, if it was a breaking pitch, it was a good breaking pitch.
Yeah, better than his previous attempts if it was.
Right.
Count stays at 1 and 2.
Definitely a fastball.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Huh. A little breeze.
Flag has become dislodged. We've got the benefit of Chris Deacon's white ensign, keeping some of the sun off the ball. I'm sure it's flown on a couple of battleships at this time, but right now it's doing a fine job.
Well, bit of lack of control here.
Count goes to full. 2 down, bottom of the 5th. We lead by 2, we being GB.
There's as you may have gathered, there's a lot of games within this game. This is certainly a game, and it's 3-1 in the 5th inning, and we're going to be looking to close it out.
Right through the swing.
But the game within a game is that this is a game as a part of a tournament where people need to not only win, but survive to play in it.
31 degrees on the field.
Not burn their pitchers if that's
Exactly.
what they want.
This is where we're going to.
Well, Yannick, actually, our
Swiss pitchers have definitely been tolling. Do we have a pitch count on the Swiss pitchers?
I'm headed
yes,
there
we
now.
do that.
Don't forget to tip your service person.
Kidding me?
Do it.
Oh, I think they have it on the CEB side as well.
I like it. Pitch.
We got Joe Fraz doing a little fancy footwork there as he's doing his warm-up.
So the first pitcher, CJ, pitched 66 pitches in 4 innings. 24 balls and 42 strikes. New pitcher, Suddy Yannick, has thrown 1 inning, 22 pitches, 12 balls, 10 strikes.
From where that plays in, it's these boys have to throw lots of pitches now, and odds are we meet in the final. Well, they've used up a lot of their pitching capacity, and hopefully that could play to our advantage.
Now, is this thing the leadoff guy on multiple occasions?
So he's
Mr. Walker, right?
No,
No?
I think that's 25 or.
That's foul.
Certainly have a good placement, foul down the third baseline.
Yeah, they haven't gone one.
Placing foul on third baseline consistently, though. They make good cricket players, I'm assuming that.
Looks for the bunt again. The ball is thrown. 1-1. Nicola is over 2, ground out twice. Hit that.
That's a good post down the left field line. What foul?
Foul. Not see from here. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
This is up, so this is the proper leadoff.
This is the leadoff. I'm getting my inning leadoffs and my leadoffs confused.
Oh!
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 1 down.
That looked to be that sneaky slide that ate him.
One that chases out.
Well, actually, it chased down.
Did it chase down? I
Over the
didn't
top
see
of
it
it.
that
Yeah. Quality pitch, whatever it was. Let's just, those are pitches you want to be able to repeat. So.
Top of the 6th, 1 down. Bunt again. That is fair.
Oh,
And
quality,
out.
quality play.
Great play from Miles.
Quality play.
Great play. Well done.
We won't disguise the fact that there were at least a couple announcers here that were hoping he'd let that go foul.
Yes.
Miles would have none of it. Up throwing for a great out. 5 for 3.
2 down. GB lead 3-1 in the 6th.
Aiden, delivering, feeling it, but
In the zone?
throwing it ball high.
All down low.
Just like you pitchers, though, you get into the zone and you don't let you just focus on the
Just want the
thing.
ball back. You want
He
to throw
just
it.
looks
2 balls.
grumpy every time he's up there.
Foul, high.
Put a little extra.
Connor's after it. Oh, and it just gets past his glove.
Great effort, though. Great effort.
That's good to see.
He was,
Getting close to that fence.
he was really
committed.
Looked like he was going to take out a couple of Swiss over there.
well, there was that risk. I think
Definitely a few umbrellas.
yeah, I think say there's no fence there, he makes that catch.
Aiden looks to be throwing a bit harder now. Ball's getting beyond the hitting zone.
Strike two, Paul.
Definitely changed his approach here. He's wanting to challenge him. And you love to see this with two outs.
2 outs, 2-2 count.
You're up by 2 in the 6th inning.
And that's a line drive to shortstop.
There you go. You do good things and good things happen. Aiden Pierce, pitcher Aiden Pierce. and there you have it. You know, there'll be lots of pitchers that they get the first 2 outs, and maybe that second out wasn't as discounted as you thought. And they kind of relax and figure, I'm out of this, and we're going to get back up and we're going to have some runs, and they get ahead of themselves. See Aiden doing a bit of that at the first pitch.
Yeah.
He kind of collected himself and said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw the ball by. How about that? And then indeed gets that last out. Batter stepped up to the challenge, got the barrel through the hitting zone, line drive to the shortstop. You just gotta love that attitude. Go ahead, Pete. You have to hit 2 home runs to cause it.
Well, that's right. It's nice to have a challenge, isn't it? And go after it.
Well, that's why we're here. It's good to see that our boys are stepping up to the challenge.
So Joe will take their claws, put on his batting gloves, and come out, start us off again.
How many pitches now, Chris? Sorry.
I'm
going to ask that.
Turns the machine back on. Machine says 57 pitches on Aiden Pierce. 22 for the current pitcher, Sutton Yannick.
Definitely a sense of purpose in the boys out there.
Yeah, they're
57 pitches in 6 innings. Sounds pretty good from over here.
That's pretty remarkable. He's been really conservative with his pitches, and when we were just in Kutno for the Little League tournament, and you have to be. So I'm not sure that mindset has left yet.
Hopefully it doesn't. That's the mindset of a good pitcher. Period.
I gotta say, I remember asking Aiden who he likes to catch for him, and he said Ben. And I remember asking Ben who he likes to catch for best, and he said Aiden.
Oh, well, there you go. So it's perfect. And Ben's done a marvelous job back there, considering he's probably lost 5 pounds.
Oh, I would think, yeah.
Well, as they say, the surest sign of a good catcher is one that you don't speak about all game.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Makes his pitcher look good. He did throw someone out at second, though.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, everyone has done their job thus far.
It's been absolutely solid out there.
Yeah. We've been a bit wanting a couple of times at that, but that's all part of it. First game.
Putting bat and ball and getting it out there. Going to fielders.
With few exceptions, we've done that all game. Well, this is another rarity. Once again, the Swiss are teaching us quite a bit about baseball. We've not seen a lot of these moves before. Here we have a pitcher visit, mound visit, before the first pitch.
Yeah. How often do you see that?
Well, I'll tell you, and the Swiss fans, I'm going to apologize in advance. There's a bit of gamesmanship going on there, that's clear. As the pitcher was warming up, we had the relief pitcher warming up, and obviously he hadn't had many relief pitches. Coming into a game, he gets 8 pitches. Starting an inning, he gets 5 pitches. So there's a bit of, let me get my relief pitcher a few more.
Yeah, a little stalling.
That's just fine. I mean, we don't want kids going out there not prepared.
No.
And unfortunately, the rules would be the rules. So a little creative interpretation there by the Switch coaches, and then good on them. They're playing by the rules. And the rules are made for a reason. Once again, going back to that point we made last time, saving your pitchers becomes such a massive and important task during these tournaments.
Yeah, playing baseball every day. You're lucky if you've got 4 or 5 starting pitchers in the lineup, and
yeah, absolutely.
You've got to rely on your quality relievers. And
yep.
Go from there.
Yep. I think we should use this interlude to get another one of our guests into the announcing booth. Let's see, who do we have? There were reports of Darren Mueller in the house.
He was there before.
Oh, I see him. Let me get him.
All right. Well, a true GB baseball celebrity is about to join us. I'm sure you all know Darren Mueller. I guess it's safe to say the head umpire in the UK.
Without a doubt.
NBL, youth baseball, he does it all. Little League, CEB. He is
Former coach.
Former GB coach.
Indeed.
He's here representing the GB as an umpire during the 15U. Darren Miller, say hello to the diaspora.
Hello, diaspora.
Thanks, Darren. And let's hit out to short. That's picked, and the throw is in the dirt, and will go past the first baseman. And Joe will take second on an error on the shortstop.
Not an auspicious start for a new pitcher. Darren, tell us how the games have been so far. I know there was a 20-9 blowout. You can skip back in.
Well, even though it was 20-9, a lot of runs were scored in the last inning, so all the games have gone the full 7 innings. There's been no mercy rulings.
Fantastic.
I think the biggest problem so far has been the weather. It's just extremely, extremely hot with no wind or very hot in the field for the players.
Are you finding it worse for the 12:30 games and right now? It's quite hot now.
No, I think the evening game's worse.
Yeah.
Found that yesterday.
And the throw will come in. That will be out. No, he's
third.
Safe everywhere.
Safe at first. There's a good heads-up play right there. See Graydon trying to take an extra base. No one was covering second. Chased him back, but nice aggressive. Good to be heads up.
That puts runners on the corners. They didn't Pierce up. Nobody out.
I think I know the answer to this one, Darren, but how does this game rate?
This so far has been the best game of the tournament by far.
Yeah.
Two good teams.
You say these are the two standout teams of the
Oh yeah, so far easily. And Great Britain got a tough game tomorrow against Poland, who started out 2-0. So
Sure. Yeah, they've hung tough. They score a lot of runs.
They do. They hit the
come in
ball.
bundles, don't they?
They do. But what GB's shown today is they're up for it, I think.
Absolutely.
We've been impressed by the defense.
Very good.
Yeah, a lot of nice plays out there. Aiden looking to help his own cause here. Oh!
There he goes out towards left field. He takes it. The run will score. And that will put runners on first and second. Single to Aiden Pierce.
Darren, I think we're going to have to invite you into the broadcast booth more often.
I'll stay here too.
I know you're supposed to be impartial during this tournament, but this is a nice little result. GB's looking to pull away here.
Score moves to 4-1. Jamie Warren comes up.
Oh, we have a message. I wonder who that's directed to.
Still nobody out. 6. Strike one taken.
And how have the Swiss been as hosts? Are they?
Yeah, they've been fine. The accommodations for the umpires have been good. Locker rooms, everything is good.
Some of them are listening too, so that's all good to have them there.
Yeah. Hopefully we have some Swiss fans, and hopefully we haven't been too biased in our announcing. We have a request to tilt the camera down.
Oh, we may have come back.
May have popped up a bit. All right, we've moved the camera down. Please let us know if that works.
It may not have been good. Maybe worse, I don't know.
Yeah, we are currently trying to fix that camera, so please let us know if it's improved at all.
That's a big hit out towards centre. There's nobody there.
Up in the gap.
And that was scored.
Past the center fielder.
Oh, no, it picks it up.
Hold Aiden at third. There's nobody out there.
Oh. There you go. Well, at long last, we get a nice pop. That's Jamie going down to that right center gap twice this game. Very nice. Oh, we've got a wonderful picture of some 18U players watching the game on a big screen. Oh, that's beautiful. Nothing better than that. Nothing better than that. Great to see you all.
So Ryan's on the corner.
Have a look at your future teammates, boys.
Ben Jones takes strike.
Oh, looked to be a set play there. Throw back to the pitcher. Got over his head. Second base was heads up though.
That was a ball and a steal.
Now, Darren, that has to be the most boring situation in this level of baseball that you run into, isn't it? First and third. How many times do you see a defensive team execute something there? Or how many, as opposed to how many times they just give them the second base?
Don't believe it's been executed once this tournament so far.
But in general, do you see it ever executed?
That'll be a single.
Oh, off the running track.
And that'll score two RBI singles for Ben.
Well, let's look at the bright side. Let's score 4 and go home early.
Hey, well, I think you slapped the hex on him by saying there's been no mercy so far.
Score moves to 7-1, GB.
Chris,
Still nobody out.
Chris, you need not hide your emotions here. We know you're happy with that 2 RBI single.
Still nobody out, bottom of the 6th. And this is Miles Jansen.
Crazy, can't see home at all. Uh-oh, I think we've made the camera worse.
Yep.
Yeah, comes in for
You know what, I think it's these legs that are...
Freeman goes up in left field. Goes to center field.
I wonder if that's any better.
Batter number 1 goes to first base. Sixth batter goes to third base. Batter number 4, he also goes to pitcher.
We have really no idea what we're doing here.
The top of that one.
I think it's
There
fine.
you go. That looks good.
We think that's better, but we'd like some feedback.
Please, feedback. We'll speak to the production crew and see if we can't get you the replay of that smash hit by Ben Jones.
This goes back to your point earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice hat, Darren.
I got 2 of them.
Oh, I see what you're doing. It actually looked intense.
Well, some of them. Good. We have it good from Mark. Is that I guess that's the all clear.
So we get going again. Miles Jansen to the plate, looking to extend this lead.
Your new camera angle is compliments of Debbie Friedem. Thank you, Debbie. Welcome to the broadcast.
Sponsored by Accurate. And there is ball 1.
Oh, now we can't see third base.
Nothing's happening at third base.
There's no one on third base. Let's see if we can angle out a bit more.
That's the first back there.
Yeah, there it is. Beautiful. Oh, it kind of dipped a bit again.
Strike 1.
This is like watching an episode of Batman, I know it.
2 balls, 1 strike.
All right.
And there's still nothing happening at third base.
Can you see third base? Is third base in that angle? Yeah.
Ball in the dirt. 3 balls, 1 strike on Miles. The on-deck batter is Connor Baker-Latham. Some impressive looking war paint. It's quite a big lead for Ben. He's not known for his
So Darren, one of the things that we were hoping to introduce in the broadcast was baseball trivia. So we're going to allow you to ask the first piece of baseball trivia, as you are.
There's no warning to get a question
Mr.
prepared.
You can go away and think about it. But and if any of you guys have a piece of trivia or question, it could be about anything as long as it's baseball related. We'll announce it on air and we'll see if anyone can come back with an answer.
Message from Jerry. Just the camera.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can.
been repaired.
I think we've got
Why
it.
is Jerry about 10 minutes behind
Because
the wheels?
Yeah. Well, he's seeing it 10 minutes.
Because he's in,
But everybody else is live. They're tweeting us.
he's
advising
at
us to
London
say-
Sports, that's why.
Fine, right. I don't know he's in his office then. I'll
Right.
tell him that he's the only one then.
Yeah, everyone else seems to be on time.
Yeah.
That's ball 2 taken. Runners on first and second are Miles Jansen and Ben Jones.
Well, here's a piece of trivia. Here's a piece of trivia, and if don't shout it out. Let's see if the guys in the broadcast zone know this one. How do I want to phrase this? Well, let me think about the question so that we don't give away the answer and the question.
Ball 4 on Connor. Loads the bases with no outs.
Another pitching change.
And we have a change of batter coming in. It's pretty much like Nathan Kettle to me.
Nathan Kettle.
Nathan Peter number 2.
He's got a long way.
Oh, Nathan Kettle, pinch hitting.
Taking a pitching change.
There we go. Well, this is a perfect time for a piece of trivia.
Here we go. Hang on. Before we do that, this tests your theory on the ship.
Oh, indeed.
Okay.
Coaches are over making the changes. You'll see Liam Carroll in your camera angle. He's just stepped away. Liam, say hello to the baseball community out there.
Hi everybody, thanks for watching.
That's our illustrious head coach, Liam Carroll.
Number 2, Spencer in right field.
A little bit of changing going on here.
Pinch hitter who will play the same position.
So we hear Nathan Kettle is coming on for Malachi, and he'll play right field in the final inning for the Swiss.
For GB. Oh, during the Swiss's final at
inning.
bat.
You know what I'm saying.
So here it is, baseball fans in the GB universe. In what sports has a Great British team won at least one world championship? In what sports has one? Now remember, I say any Great British team. That could include England, Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland.
Any one of the
It might be the UK, it might be GB, it could be any team which make up Great Britain.
Well, can I start with football in 1966?
Well, clearly everyone knows about 1966, but I'm clearly not asking about that world championship.
So, but, okay, what is the question? Anyway, here's Lefty
So
Nathan.
we'll leave that out for the Twitter zone or for wherever else. But please get us your answers. We'll announce the answer and the winner in the top half of the next
Okay,
inning.
understood the question. Oh my.
Oh, you understood the question. Oh, big curve.
Interesting curve. But a ball.
Was that a ball?
Yeah.
We have another answer. But
Rugby.
we have no for top half of the next inning. In what sports has a GB team won at least one world championship? Oh,
I forgot. All right, thank you, buddy. Everybody's a critic.
how do you do it?
Will you scroll up to where it says
Do you want to slide in?
bottom score?
Yeah, better not break the technology.
Yeah.
And Nathan walks to score another run. 8-1.
Thank you, just good timing. Nathan is the walk king.
That's part of being short and a lot. They tend to walk a whole lot.
So here's Jerry Rawcliffe, who is 1 for
That's
3.
actually a good question for our resident umpire.
It's ball.
I've noticed as a pitcher that pitchers kind of lose their strike zone with lefties, especially when there are so few lefties. do umpires have to adjust their sight, their interpretation because of the lefty batter? Is that fair to say? Or?
It is fair to say because you'll set up on the opposite side of the plate, where the umpire will set up in what we call the slot position between the batter and the catcher.
Let's chop down to third base. Has dropped the ball, and
You're seeing it from the exact opposite. You're seeing the plate from the left side of your vision on a left-handed batter, and from the right side on a right-handed batter. So you do have to adjust, and because it's 90% of your batters are right-handed.
Exactly. So few times you do it during the game.
It's similar to the pitchers. They're not used to seeing left-handed batters, and you see a lot of pitchers, especially the younger pitchers. They're not used to throwing to left-handers. It's like the same phenomenon you get when they're younger and they pitch to girls. For some reason, boys can't pitch the ball to girls. I don't know if it's...
Some pitchers can't pitch to their son either. Yeah. I've pitched against Mateo 3 times in my life, and I've walked them on a grand total of 12 pitches.
Well, I do remember a game, if you forgive me for saying, where Mateo
struck
you out.
Right
we had to go there.
And it's
my own fault.
Error, scores another run, and that'll be 10-1 GB. E6.
Well, then you remember poorly, Darren, because he struck me out twice. I'm sure he's not listening, so that's fine.
I'm sure he is. Even though the huge time difference, I'm sure he's listening.
I'm sure somebody's tweeted him or texted him or something.
He's on our
Top of the order 10-1 GB.
Well, this is just short of a mercy right here. We are the home team. If we push through another run, this game is...
Well, no outs, bases loaded.
Yeah,
that is it.
Hit by pitch, it's ball game.
No sooner had I said it.
That's 11-1 GB. That should be called.
As soon as he touches first base.
Well called.
Checks
Well called, Darren.
Checks
Once again, he has the rule
score.
book in his hip pocket.
Yep. Ball game is called. Well done, GB. That was a performance, I think.
1 hour 44.
Comprehensive win there. You can see the Swiss were just preserving pitchers at some point. They just didn't want to throw their arms out. But nonetheless, we put them in the position to have to make that decision.
No, that's a good win for the GB. Good start for them.
Yep. Tell you what, that's probably, on the backs of the 15-2 route of Russia in the 18U tournament. We're hitting a streak.
Yep. And a complete game, 2-hitter for Aiden Pierce.
Let's try to get some semblance of a line score here. What do we have? How many hits? How many?
So Switzerland had 2 hits, 1 run, made 6 errors, left 2 on base. GB 11 runs, obviously 9 hits, 4 errors, leaving 11 on base.
Wow.
Summarizing the game.
We applaud both teams. We're almost certain to see them again in the final. Looking forward to that. But we do have a strong Polish team to get through tomorrow. Darren, what games will you be doing tomorrow? I guess you'll be doing the early.
I don't know the schedule, but more than likely the morning game.
Yeah, as we play once again at 5 o'clock.
So I'll be here to watch once again.
Well, we're going to sign off. Thank you everyone for watching, and we're definitely going to have something to celebrate tonight. There's a big vat of bolognese sauce waiting for us at home. Don't know who made that.
We will we'll leave the camera running until Paul actually turns it off, because only he knows how.
Right.
So we'll stop.
We'll stop commentating. We're on messaging from now on, and for the answer to that trivia question, we're going to have to start off the next game with the answer. So keep thinking about it. What sports has a GB team won a world championship at least once? In which sports?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Lots of fun.
So tomorrow we're going to go to Negro. We're going to get like cake. We'll be,